Thank you to the Florida Commission on the Status of Women for inviting me to participate in this year's LEAD Summit. The COVID-19 pandemic has thrown our economy for a loop. I'd like to spend more time addressing the economic impact of the pandemic and specifically how it has impacted women in Florida. First, let's start by taking a look at the front page of the Florida Scorecard, which can be found at thefloridascorecard.org. I would encourage everyone to visit the Florida Scorecard on a regular basis, as this interactive tool provides thousands of pieces of data that illustrates how Florida and your county are doing on the path to securing Florida's future. Green means the metric is going in the right direction, and red means it's going in the wrong direction. Remember, if Florida was an independent country, it would be the 17th largest economy in the world. And before COVID, Florida was creating more than 1 out of every 11 jobs in the U.S. This chart shows the job losses Florida had with the pandemic, losing more than 1.1 million jobs between February and April last year. We've recovered more than 700,000 of those jobs, but we still have a ways to go. This map shows the job changes year over year, so it definitely matters where you are in Florida. The darker areas have the highest percentage losses. Those counties with the most dependence upon visitors from other states and other countries have lost the highest percentage of jobs. This slide shows the change in the labor force over the past year for every county. Florida has 276,000 less people in the workforce than we did a year ago. That's a 2.6% drop, a little higher than the U.S. drop of 2.4%. What's happened to those people? Well, we don't have good data at the state level, but the national data tells us that in a substantial number of cases, women are dropping out of the labor force to take care of kids when they could no longer go to school. It could also be people leaving the workforce to take care of someone who is sick. This can have a long-term effect on someone's career. Some will have a hard time rejoining the workforce when they are ready to go back. We know that job numbers are different depending on skill level. We know Florida has done better than the U.S. in each wage category, but even in Florida, we have 14.8% less low-wage jobs, and those are the ones making less than $27,000. Better than the U.S. at minus 21%, but it's still more than 1 in 7 lower-wage jobs have been lost in Florida. It also depends on which industry you're in, how much effect COVID has had on your company and your job. Using the U.S. percentage of workers who are women, I've circled the industries that have more than half of their workers who are female. As you can see, in the industries where women account for more than half of their workers, there is a little good news. Financial activities has recovered almost every job. Education and health services should recover by the third quarter of this year. However, leisure and hospitality jobs, when I did my forecast at the Florida Chamber Foundation's Economic Outlook and Job Solutions Summit held in January, I forecasted that leisure and hospitality will not recover fully until the first quarter of 2023. So that's still 2 years away, and that's a lot of jobs. I'm hopeful that those workers in leisure and hospitality are taking advantage of our excellent state colleges and our universities to get training in industries that are recovering and expected to grow in Florida. With Florida's new $15 per hour minimum wage that's now in our Constitution, we have to make sure that people get skills so they can stay in the workforce. We know that those higher than market minimum wages penalize people with low skill levels. Lastly, prior to COVID-19, Florida employers told us that a skilled workforce was the top priority for 2020. I'd like to personally invite you to take the Florida Chamber Foundation's 2021 Workforce Needs Survey to provide input on your company's evolving workforce needs and how the pandemic has impacted your training and recruitment goals. Visit flchamber.com/workforce survey to complete our 5-minute survey. Thanks again for letting me participate in this year's LEAD Summit. If you have any comments or questions, please contact me at the Florida Chamber Foundation. Thank you.